Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. V back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3, and we are here with another recorded game sent to me by the mighty Raincloud. And what is he picking up today? Ooh, we got 40 wood, very, very nice. But the reason I cast Raincloud's games is not because he's super high elo, he hovers around 1500 as of this recording, but because he doesn't do the standard, he doesn't do the meta, he goes for his own builds, he follows his dreams, he makes his own path, he carves his own way through the seas of the metagame, and I appreciate that, I support that, I'm behind that 110%, and he is playing in the south of the map today in the color red as China. Now, I've never seen him play China. China known for kind of the one opening nowadays in Age 1, right? You get the T export, you get the village, and there's really not a lot of deviation from that, at least in what I've seen. Maybe you guys are seeing crazier builds from China. I honestly just don't see a lot of China. Ooh, we got a little bit of explore, the dance, the salsa, the duel of treasures has begun, and they're low. Yeah, they're both eyeing that 80 food, and they both don't want to let the other take it for free, but now the Disciple is coming in, and this guy is incredibly annoying, 80 HP, and that 10-hand attack and that snare ability can just be so irritating, and while the Disciple is keeping the guy at bay, the Chinese Explorer will play, picking up 70 wood, 110 wood in Age 1 for Raincloud. That's beautiful, but his opponent in the north of the map playing in the color blue as the Italians is Taunt 21. Oh, I love it. And he's going with also the standard Italian opening, the Market, the House, and the Lombard. Let's take a look at his deck. Ooh, he's got Test 2. Okay, so maybe new to Italy here, sending Capitalism as his first card. Very, very standard. A lot of Age 4 stuff here. So I definitely think we're going to be seeing Italy trying to do an F5, and that makes sense with what Italy is good at. Meanwhile, come on, Raincloud, what do you got for us, baby? Oh, yes! Not at all what you would expect when you open a China deck. No T export at all. Are you mad, mate? He's sending Northern Refugees. Now that is an old meta card. That's what people sent in like the ESOC patch, right? You'd send Northern Refugees, try to get at least one, maybe even two villages down, but it was always kind of seen as a bad card, right? Because it's not the equivalent of the 3 settler European card, but people went double village. Actually, no, they went village town center, and they got a 2-vil card, and very rarely you could get a second village out. Maybe if you got just some insane wood treasures, and 100 coin for Raincloud. His Age 1 treasure game is, wow, it is absolutely delectable. 110 wood, 100 coin, and we're going to be seeing the Wonder come down at any minute. Ooh, a bit of overgathering there, Mr. Raincloud. The Temple of Heaven. What is going on? Okay, so he's already got his second shipment locked down. Let's see what he tries to do in transition. He's got 5 disciples. Okay, interesting. He's got export gets exchanged for coin. That's the Dowager Impress. I don't think I've ever seen that card. He's got Team Yongle Infrastructure. He's got some standard unit cards. He's got 10 Rattan Shields. He's got Atonement. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm so excited already. But he's got a lot of villagers on this Wonder. All 8 are currently building. Meanwhile, what do we see from Italy? We see Capitalism. No second card yet. Probably going to follow that up with, probably the Monte di Pieta, right? That's usually the first card Italians send in Age 2. But he's got 19 villagers on the age up. That's actually incredibly good. And the Lombard now going down. What is the timing on that Lombard? Is that a little bit late, or is that actually a really early Lombard? I'm not sure. Another house going down as well. I saw him getting some market upgrades. So Lombard's really, really good. A very, very, well, I mean, the investment's not huge, but it is a lot for, you know, an Age 1 economy. 100 wood, 100 coin. But you can tell he's setting up for the late game. He's setting up to immediately pounce into Age 3 and then into Age 4 as well. And picking up 90 coin. That is going to make his Age 3 transition actually quite excellent, or maybe even give him the coin he needs for a Minimen pop, because Raincloud is starting with 9 Quang Pikemen. Now, I've seen a lot of people go with the 7-step riders and do like a Chinese version of the Cav Semi FF. I have never seen the 9 Quang Pikemen start in DE. And maybe I'm just behind on the times, but this feels very unorthodox. And these guys are going, wow, they're zooming straight for Taunt 21's base. Is he gonna go for the outpost? Wait, is Taunt sending the outpost? He is, he's sending the governor. Are these Quang Pikemen gonna catch this outpost? Let's see. Oh, we're gonna meet in the middle. No, he's going to the back of his base. He sees the 9 Quang Pikemen coming in, but I don't think he's gonna be able to save it. He does not have the resources. No, he does have the resources for a Minutemen pop. They're coming out now, but they're not gonna save the outpost, which is going to go down. 9 Quangs coming out, and they are going to be able to retreat. Put those guys in cover mode. Raincloud right friggin' now! And 2 pikemen for an outpost. That is a beautiful trade. And, oh gosh, camera going all over the place there. But the Basilica Wagon is going to come out. I don't love that placement, if I'm being honest. I would love to see it like right here. I mean, because the Basilica takes up so much room, right? So you can really use it to wall off your base. But just kind of sticking it in the back here is not something that I can get behind 21. But that's okay, I'll forgive you. Followed by the Monte di Pieta. Sorry, it's Uffizi that comes out first, and then it's the Monte di Pieta. But man, didn't feel the need to send any shipments. Oh my God. Raincloud. Raincloud sent, did he send the Mandarin squad? No friggin' way. He sent the Mandarin Duck Squad. This gives you 8 Chuko News and a freaking flamethrower. He's going in hot, ladies and gentlemen. Oh God, let's check the stats on this thing. It's 210 HP, 65% range resist for an Age 2 artillery. It's got a 5 flame attack, but it's a constant attack, right? Let's see what he does with his flamethrower. He's got 5 disciples as well. He did not send that, he just shipped it. All right. He's gonna take out a house here. I don't know if that's the smartest play, but the Chukonus are just doing so much harassment. Are they gonna kill that architect? Oh, that would be such a beautiful pickup. The Minutemen are gonna go down. They are no match for the Disciples. 2 architects already for 21. That's nice. That's a good buff to his infrastructure, but 1 is definitely going to go down. 1 architect being picked up, and he might even be able to get the second one. He's got enough Chuko here, and the town center is not doing enough damage quickly enough, and he's got no Minutemen. Villagers trying to gather coin here. The Quang Pikemen are gonna take out a Lombard, and the flamethrower is starting to scorch these villagers on the coin mine. Both architects now going down, and 21 is reeling. He's even got villagers being raided out here on the hunt. He's desperately trying to collect resources. He's now going up to H3 with the bishop. The Paviciers are coming out. This is definitely not what he wants to send. He wants to be saving that shipment for H3, but he's not going to be able to. He's going to lose another house at least, and even if the Mandarin squad goes down now, this is going to be so worth it. The amount of disruption that China has been able to do in this minute and a half, way worth it. Oh my God, the explosion animation on that is just sick. Oh God. Okay, so we see the early Mandarin Duck Squad pressure from Raincloud, you absolute Chad. And now he's definitely got to pull out, right? He can't handle 8 Paviciers. Chuko knew they are, you know, a decent Age 2 unit, but they are garbage. I mean, China, a lot like Russia in the fact that they can get out a lot of units, a lot of mass, but it's not very high quality, let's say. Quantity over quality, that is the game with China. And now 21, he's not messing around. He immediately sends the 3 Papal Lancers. And what is he going to follow that up with? Following it up with Lucan Financiers. And I wonder what he's going to be using all that wood for. He needs to get down infrastructure. He was popped there for a second. He lost at least 1, maybe even 2 Lombards there. He's still at 19 vills. That's what he aged up with at like the 3-minute 30 mark, and he's still at 19 vills. Just shows the effectiveness of the pressure. And look at this, Raincloud at 34 villagers, also getting up into H3 with the White Pagoda. And so he really isn't even behind in economy. In fact, he's actually very much ahead in economy. Now, he is a little bit behind in tech, but that is going to make up very, very quickly. And oh my God, the White Pagoda, what does this thing even do? Ships disciples, oh my God, and increases the stats. Okay, so it ships 6 disciples, and increases the stats of disciples, in case you weren't sick of those guys already. But we do have a lot of scattered villagers here for Raincloud. Could be dangerous. Those 3 Papal Lancers, if they're not already on the map, they're going to be on the map very soon. More Architects coming out. That's right, he lost those 2 Architects early, which also slowed him down quite a bit. And also having to send the 8 Paviciers. That really did slow him down. He wasn't able to get that first card out as quickly. But now the Papal Lancers are on the map. But we do have Disciples. We do have some Quang Pikemen. They are, oh, God, I can't even talk. These guys are still in Age 2. They're going to kill the Italian Explorer. Ooh, very crucial village there. That was an MVP village. It's going to mean that not only is he creating a choke point, but these villagers now have somewhere to go in case of emergency. I don't know if I'd pursue this, though, because 3 Papal Lancers could probably kill all of those Quang Pikemen, though it would not be a very worthwhile trade. And now the Chang Dao Swordsman coming out as well. And so, yeah, Raincloud very effectively holds off that miniature push. But these Lancers are not going to stay idle. They're going to continue to go around the map, try to pick off villagers where they can. But China, it's such a difficult civ to raid because of the villagers. Maybe he's going to pick off 1 here. Oh, he's definitely going to get 1 villager, maybe 2. Oh no, Raincloud tries to lure him in with the half-dead villager into the sentries, but it doesn't quite work. And now, oh my God, he's completely ignoring the Lancers and he's pushing in and he's got another flamethrower. Yeah, burn, baby, burn. And there's so much siege here. The Quang Pikemen, the disciplined Chang Daos, though, there is a serious lack of range, but who needs range when you got Disciples? These guys are actually good against skirmishers, and look at, they're taking out the Paviciers. Oh, all of the criticals, critical damage. But now it looks like, did Taunt get, oh, he got up a second town center. Okay, so he's got a second pile of Minutemen coming in as well as the Papal Lancers, but they can't stand up against these Chang Daos. Oh no, they're gonna get stuck by the Disciples, but they are eventually gonna be able to slip away. They definitely want to get on this flamethrower, but the Quang Pikemen are saying, no sir, not today. They still might get the flamethrower, but they're gonna pay for it in HP. Oh, come on, run, little buddy, run, little buddy, run, little buddy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 1 Papal Lancer still pursuing. He's going to get it. Oh, no. And the Papal Lancer pays with his life. But now the Italian base, it's complete chaos. It's complete pandemonium. I am covered in sweat, mainly because my studio is hot as balls at the moment. The Architects are fleeing the scene. And now, where did he get repentant Iron Troopers from? Where is he? Hold on. Ships 12 Chang Dao, 2 flamethrowers. Oh, Atonement. Yes. Okay, so he sent Atonement, and now he's able to train Iron Troopers. He kills that town center, and now the villagers trying to stand and fight along with the Architects. No, no, the town center's this way. Where are you guys going? Oh my God. He's even got the sentries from his town. It is absolute carnage on the Italian front, ladies and gentlemen. They're running all over. They're glitching out. They're trying to get away. But there is no hope because there is another flamethrower in the action. Oh my God, Architect versus flamethrower. Do you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? That Architect is going to get absolutely cooked, not just figuratively, but very, very literally. And Taunt has officially reached Age 4, and that must be why he was pulling those villagers back. He didn't want his town center to be besieged and possibly lost, and now the Papal Guard are out on the map, and these guys will destroy anything in China's army except for perhaps the Iron Troopers, and follows it up with 2 Falconets. So it looks like 21 is going to hold, but oh my God, what a cost. He is down to 11 villagers, and you have to ask yourself, is it really worthwhile? Now, he has access to some despicably good cards, all right? He's got 2 Papal Bombards, he's got 12 Versigli, he's got the 13 Halberdiers, so, I mean, we could see a very powerful Italian army, but backed up by an 11-ville economy and a few Lombards. I mean, he's at 40 population, so he's really not even going to be able to send back-to-back shipments. And yes, these 2 Falconets are quite scary at the moment, but does Raincloud have the hand mortars? Of course he doesn't have the hand mortars. What am I talking about? And oh God, he's not stocking up any resources at all, so he's probably not planning to follow up to H4 himself, which I think is the right call. I think you have the momentum here. You obviously have the eco advantage, and yeah, these Papal Guard are pushing in, but that's okay. Raincloud can afford to lose this forward position, and it looks like he's just going hunting. He wants to find where are the few remaining villagers. Make Taunt come to him, because Taunt has the more immobile army, because he's got to worry about these falconets. I would love to see Raincloud throw in some cavalry, though he doesn't have any of the good H3 cavalry cards. Got to make room for 5 disciples, I guess. But now he's going to take out this second Italian town center, and this is the one source of villagers that Italy has, and look at that. Taunt 21 caught in a moment of indecision. He feels like he needs to go back, needs to defend this. 5 skirms coming out, but it is not going to be enough. Yes, these guys are incredibly effective, but the Iron Troopers are actually going to trade insanely well. 225 HP, 60% ranged resistance, and a 25 ranged attack. And even against the Papal Guard, they do so well. Now, granted, these guys are not cheap. They are 200 coin a piece, but Raincloud's got a good handful of them. He's got enough anti-cav to hold off somewhat. He's got more disciples on the way. Where did all these guys come from? He's got 8 disciples now on the map, but it looks like the Chinese explorer is stuck. Oh no, she was making one more disciple. Where are those coming from? Are they coming out? Let's not ask those questions. But now the disciples are looping around, and I mean, yes, this Italian army is kind of scary, but it hasn't got enough time to really progress into an actually scary army. Now, if he's able to follow it up and get like a significantly higher amount of skirms, then I would be a little bit scared as China. But right now, this is a pretty easy force to deal with, especially with how many Iron Troopers are on the map and the disciples, and he sent the Rattan shields as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see an Italian sandwich. Here it comes. Oh my God, these disciples are going to destroy these falconets. The Papal Guard falling to the Iron Troopers, and the skirmishers not long for this world. These reinforcings, they run away. They say, no way. And the not Lombards, the Bombards are out on the map, but there is no anti-cav. And while they do get a couple of sweet, oh my God, the cinematic shot of the Rattan shields and the disciples flying across the map. But I can't really show you because of the tree line. They are both going to go down, and that's not even the main Chinese army. All of the Iron Troopers are still alive. Chang Dao's pikemen, they're going to find the remaining hunters, and it looks like this game is very close to being over. Rattan shields now coming in against halberdiers, which I actually think the halbs will do well there, but now the repentant Iron Troopers and a couple of Chang Dao are there to see them off. And yeah, this town center, there's no way this thing goes down. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because there's an architect on it, but I don't think so. He's immediately going to die. Sit down, son. Go back home and eat your spaghetti, because it is over. Oh, God. Raincloud, man, you do not disappoint. I don't know why you felt the need to send me this game, but I'm so happy you did, because, oh my gosh, that was a fun build. Okay, so let's follow it here. Okay, so Age 1, start with Northern Refugees. Didn't even build a consulate this entire game. This is a no consulate Chinese build. All right. Followed it up with 9 Quang pikemen, sniped the outpost. Then follows up with Mandarin Duck Squad. Followed that up with an Age Up, 1,000 coin. Then into Atonement. Then into Iron Troopers and Chang Daos and more Quang pikemen. And Flamethrowers. And it looks like, yeah, he was gearing up for a transition into Age 4 as well. So it looks like he was about to maybe start thinking about, okay, I'm going to go Age 4. And he even got down to, okay, that's where he was training the Iron Troopers. I was like, is that a castle? No, that's a monastery. But wow. I mean, that first push into the Italian base, that had 21 so shook up. He lost his architects, he lost houses, he lost Lombards, he lost villagers. I mean, who expects a Quang pikeman flamethrower push at like the 6-minute mark? It's not something you see, right? You expect 7 step riders or some sort of FF madness with arcs and Chang Daos and meteor hammers. But man, this was a fun build. I don't know how effective it is, because I feel like those 9 Quang pikemen could get countered very hard if 21 had just called his Minutemen sooner. But still, I'm so glad that build worked. I'm so glad. But I want to take a look at this game. Just a few more of the details, guys. Follow me to the post game. All right, here we are in the post game, ladies and gentlemen, and oh my gosh, the early pressure. The game was basically over after the 8-minute mark, but I'm so glad it continued because we got to see the Iron Troopers and more flamethrowers and disciple spam and 122 versus 53 over double the military. Now, granted, 21, he was getting out some pretty beefed up units by the end there, but even with, the strong Italy H4, when you lose almost all of your vills in the early game, it's not enough to save you. H4 is very powerful, but it's not that powerful. Look at this vill graph. 27, which he was already behind China by about 9, right? Because of that early pressure. He gets up to 20, and then his vill creation just dies because he's aging up. He goes from 27, and then as he's going to H4, which, getting into H4 with a 27 vill economy, it's not great. But for being at like the 13-minute mark, it's not terrible. But by the time he gets into H4, he goes from 27 to 11. That is devastating. Meanwhile, China, very consistent vill production. Didn't really lose a ton of vills. Lost 1 to that Papal Lancer raid, but he was doing way more damage in the Italian base, so I hardly want to count it. And then the military unit count was just so in favor of Raincloud, which is what China is good at. But these sorts of discrepancies are just too much to handle. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that game. Raincloud, thanks again for sending it in. And guys, no matter what elo you are at, if you have weird builds, fun builds, really close games, send them in. Send them in. Find me on Discord. Okay, find my email. Send them to me. I want to cast your games. I love this stuff. So, until next time, guys, have a great day. Have a great life. See you later.